Can we talk about something for a moment? While everyone's chasing the latest Instagram trend, there's a 68-year-old princess who's been quietly mastering the art of ageless elegance for decades. Princess Caroline of Monaco doesn't do fast fashion. She doesn't do desperate attempts at youth. She doesn't apologize for her age. Instead, she shows up, impeccably dressed, radiantly confident, and utterly herself. And here's what makes her so compelling. Every single element of her style is accessible to you. Not the price tags, perhaps, but the principles? Absolutely. Because what Caroline understands isn't about money or titles. It's about choices. Intentional, thoughtful, powerful choices that transform how you look and, more importantly, how you feel. Today, I'm breaking down her 7 signature style secrets, practical lessons you can borrow and make your own, starting right now. These aren't rules to follow blindly. They're guidelines to help you discover your most elegant self. So if you're ready to dress with purpose, presence, and that quiet confidence that turns heads, let's begin. 1. The foundation. Quality over quantity. Here's where Caroline's approach fundamentally differs from what we've been taught. She doesn't shop seasonally. She doesn't chase sales. She doesn't fill her closet with quantity. Instead, she invests in exceptional quality. Fewer pieces that last years, not months. This is revolutionary for those of us drowning in closets full of clothes with nothing to wear. Think about this. Caroline might own 3 cashmere sweaters instead of 15 synthetic ones, 2 impeccably tailored blazers instead of a dozen ill-fitting jackets, 1 exquisite wool coat instead of multiple trendy options. Each piece is carefully chosen, beautifully made, and endlessly versatile. Natural fabrics, wool, silk, cashmere, linen, impeccable construction. Classic cuts that won't look dated next season. Here's your first actionable step. Audit your wardrobe honestly. Set aside pieces you truly love and wear regularly. Now, look at what's left. All those impulse purchases, those someday items, those pieces that never quite fit right. This is where your money has been disappearing. Caroline's lesson? 1 beautiful thing beats 10 mediocre things every single time. Quality isn't expensive. It's economical because you'll wear it, love it, and keep it for years. 2. The signature silhouette. Know your shape. Now let's talk about something Caroline has perfected that most women never quite master. Her signature silhouette. At 68, she knows exactly what works on her body, and she's unwavering in her choices. Structured shoulders, defined waists, streamlined shapes. She's discovered her formula and repeats it with confidence, not apology. This is liberating, not limiting. When you know your ideal silhouette, getting dressed becomes effortless. You stop experimenting with styles that never quite work. You stop second-guessing yourself. Caroline favors tailored pieces with clean lines. Nothing too tight, nothing shapeless. She emphasizes her waist, whether with a belt, a fitted jacket, or a dress with strategic seaming. She chooses structure over drape, definition over volume. So what's your signature shape? Maybe you look stunning in A-line dresses. Perhaps wide-leg trousers with fitted tops create your perfect balance. Or maybe, like Caroline, tailored blazers give you instant polish. Spend time discovering this. Try different silhouettes. Notice what makes you stand taller. Feel stronger. Then build your wardrobe around these shapes. Caroline's consistency isn't boring, it's brilliant. She's eliminated guesswork and created her visual identity. 3. The neutral palette. Sophistication through simplicity. Have you ever noticed Caroline's color choices? Navy, camel, cream, black, soft gray, occasionally burgundy or forest green, but predominantly she lives in a world of refined neutrals. And before you think this sounds boring, let me explain why this is actually genius. A neutral palette is freedom. Everything coordinates effortlessly. You can mix pieces endlessly without clashing. Your accessories work with everything. Getting dressed takes minutes, not hours. But here's the deeper truth. When your clothing palette is quiet, you become the statement. Your face, your energy, your presence, these take center stage. You're not competing with busy patterns or bold colors. You're simply elegantly yourself. Caroline shows us that sophistication whispers. It doesn't shout. Her neutral wardrobe creates a cohesive visual identity. When you see her, you recognize her aesthetic immediately. This consistency builds trust, projects authority, and exudes quiet confidence. For you, this might mean building around black and white with camel accents, or navy and cream with touches of burgundy. Choose your neutrals thoughtfully, then let them simplify your life. Color can be your lipstick, your scarf, your shoes, but your foundation, keep it beautifully, powerfully simple. 4. The details, where elegance lives. Let me share something Caroline knows instinctively. Elegance is built in the details. Not the big, obvious choices, but the small, careful ones. The perfect hem length that skims the top of her shoe. The way her collar lies flat. The fact that her clothes are always impeccably pressed. These tiny elements create extraordinary impact. This is where many of us lose the plot. We buy beautiful clothes, then wear them wrinkled. We ignore loose buttons. We let hems drag or bunch. We think details don't matter, but they they do. They're the difference between looking polished and looking neglected. Caroline's clothes are never too tight, straining at buttons, never too long, pooling at her feet, never rumpled or careless. She respects her wardrobe, and it shows. Here's what this means for you, practically speaking. Before you wear anything, check it. Really look. Are there threads hanging? Stains you've stopped noticing? Does it need steaming? Is the hem right? These aren't superficial concerns. They're acts of self-care. When you pay attention to details, you're declaring that you matter, that you're worth the effort. Caroline's elegance isn't accidental. It's intentional, down to the smallest element, and that's something you can adopt today. 5. The accessories. Less is always more. We'll get to how Caroline wears scarves in a moment, but first, let's address her overall philosophy on accessories. Radical simplicity. She typically wears a watch, small earrings, and perhaps a simple necklace or scarf. That's it. No layering, no stacking, no competing elements. And somehow, this minimalism makes her look infinitely more elegant than women dripping in accessories. Why does this work? Because when everything is a statement, nothing is. Caroline's restraint creates focus. Your eye goes to her face, her posture, her overall presence. A single strand of pearls becomes significant. Classic gold hoops become distinctive. When you're not distracted by visual clutter, you notice quality, craftsmanship, and thoughtfulness instead. Here's your guideline. Choose 1 or 2 focal points per outfit. Statement earrings? Skip the necklace. Beautiful scarf? Keep jewelry minimal. Distinctive handbag? Let it shine alone. Caroline often wears silk scarves, and when she does, they're folded simply, tied elegantly, never fussy or overdone. This discipline might feel restrictive initially, but it's actually freeing. You'll spend less time accessorizing and achieve better results. Less truly is more, not because more is wrong, but because less allows excellence to be seen. 6. The posture. Confidence you can wear. Now we come to Caroline's secret weapon. The element that costs nothing but transforms everything. Her posture. Watch her in any photograph, any video. Her shoulders are back. Her head is high. She moves with grace and certainty. This isn't about being born royal. It's about choosing to carry yourself with dignity. After 50, many of us start physically shrinking. We hunch over phones and computers. We carry tension in our shoulders. We forget that how we hold ourselves is the foundation upon which all clothing drapes. But Caroline reminds us, posture is power. When you stand tall, even simple clothes look expensive. When you hold your head high, people perceive confidence. When you move deliberately, you command respect. Try this exercise. Stand up right now. Roll your shoulders back and down. Lift through the crown of your head. Engage your core slightly. Feel the difference? This is the frame upon which Caroline displays her wardrobe. Your beautiful clothes deserve to be worn on a confident body. So practice this daily. When you're walking, sitting, standing, be aware of your posture. It's not about rigidity, it's about presence. About saying through your body language, I belong here. This, more than any garment, is what makes Caroline look regal. 7. The authenticity, your own kind of royalty. So here's where we bring everything together. Because Caroline's ultimate lesson transcends clothing entirely. It's about authenticity. At 68, she has stopped performing. She doesn't dress to look younger, to please others, or to follow trends. She dresses as herself, for herself, with absolute clarity about who she is. This is your invitation to the same freedom. You don't need Caroline's life to adopt her approach. You need her intentionality, her commitment to quality over quantity, her understanding of what works for her body, her embrace of simplicity and restraint, her attention to details, her confidence in movement. But most of all, you need her authenticity, her willingness to be exactly who she is, without apology or explanation. Your style will look different from Caroline's. It should. Maybe you love color where she chooses neutrals. Maybe your lifestyle is more casual. Maybe your signature silhouette is completely different. Perfect. The lesson isn't imitation. It's inspiration. Take these 7 principles and make them yours. Because the real secret to Caroline's elegance isn't what she wears. It's that she knows who she is and dresses that truth every single day. That's your kind of royalty. That's what makes you unforgettable. Now go claim it.